Hey everybody, Jillian here for Illustrated Faith, and I am so excited to be back with a brand new Bible journaling process video. Today I'm going to be using the brand new devotional kit from Illustrated Faith called Mark Maker, and I'm going to be journaling in Psalm 66 in the Illustrating Bible. So let's go ahead and open up to Psalms. Let's see, verse 16 through about 20. I'm going to go ahead and get my space set up to accommodate this big, beautiful Bible. So for my very first entry with this kit, I really just want to be focused on the mark maker himself. Before I get into journaling specifically what I've seen him do in my life in the last year, I really want to just sit at his feet and marvel at him. And so that's what this entry is going to be about. I'm using some different color alphabet stickers from my stash. I'm using this printable from Shauna Noel to help build my title. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little surgery on some of these on a die cut piece here on one of these titles so that I can have it read Marvel at the Mark Maker. So I just simply cut that in half, and I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut this word out that I had printed on clear sticker paper. So it's going to look really cool as if Shauna had kind of drawn it in my Bible herself. So I like to use a Bible mat to line up alphabet stickers across the top so that I can have all of the letters out at one time and kind of move it around to see where it will look best before I commit to putting it down. I let the top of the top half, top 3/4 maybe of the alphabet sticker hang off of the edge, and that way I can go ahead and just easily adhere them onto the page too. So I've looked through just different manufacturers' alphabet stickers that I just had in my own personal stash and pulled out the colors that matched pretty well to the colors in the kit. And so I love just the look of different type in my Bible, different colors, and so I wanted to be sure to create an entry that kind of had that look. Thought about using some of that WordFetti to help build my title, but it couldn't find the words that I was looking for. I had already used them. Whoops. So I'm going to go ahead and end up handwriting it. So here you can see I've got the alphabet stickers lined up across the top, and I'm liking the placement of them, so I'm just going to go ahead and put them down and then kind of figure out where I want the rest of it to live. I really want each piece to just nestle together nicely. So while I'm getting these guys stuck down, let me go ahead and read Psalm 66:16 to you in the Christian Standard Version. It says, "Come and listen, all who fear God, and I will tell what he has done for me." Typically, at the end of every year, I look back through my quiet time journals, those notebooks that I take notes in and write prayers in almost daily, and I have gotten in the habit of documenting how I've seen God at work in my life. And so it's really fun at the end of the year to kind of flip through those and see where I've seen him move. I can look back and trace his hand at work in my life. I can see what truths he revealed to me as I dug into his word. I can see the areas of my life where he refined me to look more like Christ, and those God winks that are a reminder of his love for me. So I really love that that's what this kit is all about. It invites us to do the same, to sit and marvel at him, how he's been faithful, how he's been present, and in my case, how he's been patient. So I had an idea to use a pencil just to kind of as a ledge almost for my title to sit on. There's a pencil included with the stickers in the devotional kit, but I wanted something a little larger, so I went back to Shauna Noel's printables from the Print and Pray shop and picked this guy out. Now, I had printed it originally on clear sticker paper and wished I had printed it on white cardstock. That's no big deal, so what I ended up doing was just removing the sticker release paper and putting it on some spare like white cardstock that I had, the margin of that other printable. And then I just cut it out. So I essentially made my very own die cut. And I was showing you the stamp set there to indicate that you could do the same with the stamp. You could either just stamp the pencil directly on your page, or you could stamp it on some white cardstock and then cut it out the way that I did. I chose the cardstock route because I wanted to layer some of this adorable washi tape from the kit underneath it, and then just use a tape runner to get that guy down. I also love how it worked out that the pencil is pretty much pointing to verse 16 here. Now, I pulled out some Faber Castell big brush pens. I thought it would be fun, instead of me making those little art marks, to use the stamps to make them. But instead of using a typical like ink pad to ink them up, I thought it would be fun to color them with the big brush pens. So I'm just testing out my colors here on the back of one of those printables. And the colors that I'm using are numbers 120, 132, 161, and 184. They may not be perfect matches necessarily, but they're what I had on hand, and just want to encourage you to use what you have. If you don't have these, no big deal, simply use an ink pad that you do have. Ultimately, I ended up starting off just using black ink. So I'm going to stamp this around a few places on the page, just kind of thinking where my journaling is going to end, where I want my tab up at the top to go, things like that as I'm stamping around. Now, I love these little die cut pieces. They're such a fun finishing touch, and I'm planning to layer these little shapes like the hearts and the cross and things like that over the little stamp marks. I'm also looking through the word fetty that's included with the kit to go ahead and build my tab. I love the thought and just the attention to detail that Shauna put in these kits so that we can build our tabs with our little word fetty on top. So I decided to go with the pink one, echo the pink that's in that pencil. I'm simply going to fold this guy in half and then adhere the little mark maker word fetty on top of that. And I'm going to layer up some of these fun die cut shapes behind it, like this really pretty bluish purple heart and then just a little yellow dot. And I'm going to use my Tim Holtz tiny attacher to reinforce them and really make sure they don't go anywhere. I'm going to put some washi tape down on the page first, just to create a little like landing place for it. And then go ahead and stick that guy down. I'll go back in with my tiny attacher and staple it to the page so that it doesn't go anywhere, since I did make it so big and bulky. And then next, I'm just going to go ahead and tape down these shapes, like I said, onto those little marks that I had stamped down. And then decided to go ahead and use some of these brush pens as ink after all. So you'll see I'm just being careful to move the color around the page. So I didn't put a pink die cut underneath the pink pencil. I used, the blues and the yellows. And you'll see just how I'm conscious of that as I'm kind of working my way around the page. Instead, I brought that pink down to the bottom by that aqua colored cross. I had to put something next to the verse, so I stamped down one of these little hearts, and then I'll go back and add some more of those like hash marks around it, and then layer a die cut piece on top of there. Then I'll use another one of those brush pens to go ahead and highlight my verse, and then I'll go ahead and do my journaling. Alright, so my journaling's done. I added another little die cut to the top, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the date stamp from Illustrated Faith to stamp it, and that is going to do it for my entry. So I'm so excited to work through this kit with you. I almost wonder if this is what Peter means, where he says in chapter 3, verse 15, always be ready to give a reason for the hope that is in you. Let's take inventory of what God has done in our lives over the past year, or however long you choose, and give Him the glory, share it with others, and just testify to His faithfulness. That's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you're interested in picking up the kit, I've got it linked in the video description below. See you soon!